Planetary magic is an ancient and powerful form of magic that aligns your energy with the celestial bodies. Now, each planet in our solar system has its unique influence and symbolism, and by attuning ourselves to these energies, we can basically enhance our daily lives. You can bring balance, focus, and purpose to your life in general, really. In this video, we're going to explore how you can incorporate planetary magic into your daily rituals to align with the rhythms of the cosmos. I just do want to take a moment to thank all of the people that have joined me on Patreon. The support makes a huge difference and helps to definitely keep the lights on. But before we get into the rest of the video, let's do my snazzy little intro. So each planet represents specific qualities that correspond with different aspects of life. For example, the Sun is linked to vitality, leadership, and creativity, while Venus governs love, beauty, and harmony. The Moon, as an example, is associated with intuition and emotional balance, and Mercury influences communication, intellect, and quite often travel. So by aligning your ritual practices with the planetary energies themselves, you can amplify your intentions and cultivate a more harmonious life. But before working with the planets on a daily basis, and what I mean by that is working with Luna on Monday and then changing to Mars the next day, which is Tuesday, etc., etc., etc. It's usually advised to work with each planet individually for a period of time. So take Luna and work with it for a month or two. And that means work with it every day and get to know its energy, how it interacts and changes with each day of the week. How does the moon energy feel on the day of Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, etc., etc., etc. So work with Luna during the lunar hour on those different days and all such things. Now, a great book to learn about working with the actual energies of the planets is Planetary Magic by Denningham Phillips, and I'll put a link in the video, and you'll also find it in the description below. So in reference to actually daily rituals for planetary magic, to begin with, you'll want to connect with each planet's energy on its assigned day of the week. This is after you've obviously gotten to know the energies themselves individually, but you're going to connect with the energies on their particular days. So this is kind of a guide of how you can work with the planets through simple rituals, really. So if we start with Sunday, which is obviously connected with Sol or the sun, this is about vitality and willpower, a symbol of strength, creativity, and vitality. It's an ideal time for rituals that focus on personal empowerment and setting intentions for the week ahead. To honor the sun, you could begin your day with a brief meditation, visualizing like golden light, filling you with strength and confidence. You can also light a candle in a golden or yellow hue to amplify your intentions. Next would be Monday, which is Luna or Moon, which focuses more on intuition and emotional balance, making it a perfect time to focus on your emotions and inner world. This day is about reflection, intuition, and self-care. A simple ritual could involve journaling to explore your feelings, or creating a calming environment with soft silver or white candles. You can also place a bowl of water on your altar to symbolize the moon's connection with the tides and emotions, and sit in quiet contemplation, allowing your intuition to guide you. Next is Tuesday, which is ruled by Mars, the planet of action and drive and courage. If you're facing challenges or need an extra boost of motivation, this is the day to work with Mars. Consider performing a ritual that calls on your inner warrior. A simple practice could involve burning red candles and chanting affirmations of strength or bravery, for instance. You might also consider engaging in physical activities such as a vigorous workout or a powerful yoga session or something like that. Really get the energy moving itself and build up a sweat type of thing. And this definitely channels the Mars energy. Then we come to Wednesday. This is ruled by Mercury and is a day to focus on communication, intellect, and learning. It's maybe a day that you want to actually focus on some of the other aspects of Mercury, such as its mercantile energy or even its trickster energy. But I think this communication, intellect, and learning is one of the good areas to focus on in regards to Wednesdays and Mercury. So whether you're seeking clarity in a conversation or you're working on a writing project or maybe even studying, this is the time to engage Mercury's energies. You can create a ritual around this by lighting an orange candle, which symbolizes communication and mental clarity. You might also want to write out your intentions for clear communication or focus on learning something new. Reading or reciting mantras that enhance your intellect can also help. I find that I like to read and study. That's the main focus of my week is on a Wednesday anyway. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of growth, abundance, and wisdom. It's a wonderful day to work on personal expansion, whether in terms of wealth, knowledge, or spiritual growth. Remember that abundance and expansion can come in many different forms. For a Jupiter ritual, you could focus on manifesting abundance by visualizing your goals coming to fruition. And you can also add a purple candle and placing symbols of prosperity such as coins, fruit, or a vision board. A money bowl is a really good idea for a Thursday. If you've got one going already, you might want to actually make or assign Thursdays to actually cleaning it out or adding new things to it. And then on Fridays, this is the day of Venus. It's all about love, beauty, and harmony. It's a time to nurture your relationships, focus on self-love, and cultivate peace and beauty in your life. You can honor Venus by creating a ritual centered around love. This might involve lighting green candles or pink candles if that represents love to you, but green is the color of Venus. You can add like rose petals, crystals, flowers to enhance that particular energy. A self-care bath with essential oils or herbs like rose or jasmine can also align you with Venus's nurturing influence. I think when it comes to this, you can also add friendship. Friendship is a very powerful aspect on Fridays and the day of Venus itself. But also, in terms of the self-care bath with the essential oils and the herbs and things like that, also incorporate maybe a cleansing bath, an actual spiritual ritual cleansing bath, which gets rid of any negative energy, brings back balance, and, realigns everything really. On Saturdays, this is ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline, responsibility, and structure. This day is ideal for rituals focused on setting boundaries, creating order, and establishing long-term goals. A Saturn ritual could involve writing down your goals and focusing on the steps needed to achieve them. On this day, if you're doing candle magic, light a black candle or even a dark blue candle and meditate on discipline and patience. This then can help you connect with the Saturn's grounding energy. I just want to mention, as I mentioned with Mercury, you can focus on, for instance, the trickster aspect. With Saturn, you could focus on the death aspect. But bear in mind that these are rituals that you're doing every day to bring certain balance into your life through, focusing on the energy of the planet that is aligned with that particular day, taking advantage of that energy, kind of taking those layers of planetary energy, and you can align it with the planetary hours, for instance, and really build, take advantage of that energy and really build on your own personal development and abundance and everything else. But you probably may not want to focus on the death aspect of Saturn unless you are overcoming an addiction or something like that, which you want to kind of take and go through a funerary rite almost with that addiction, so it becomes something that is no longer in your life. You send it away, you kill it basically. So you can bring those energies in, obviously, but this is just very much a kind of general guide for everyday ritual use, really. So a couple of other things you might want to consider. Keep a specific journal for this work itself and see how the patterns actually start to show up and come into your life. You might notice that when you work with if you start actually incorporating different planets on different days, so you are combining two different planetary energies, you may have the primary energy being the day itself. So you're working on Tuesday, so that primary energy is Mars, but then you're bringing in Venus and love, relationships, and things like that. And working with the hour of Venus on the day of Mars, you might be combining it different energies and things like that. You might want to keep a record of, how do they interact? How do they combine? What are the results that you actually came up with? So, I would suggest keeping a separate journal for this work and seeing how those patterns actually arise and how you interact with them. You might want to, in your journal itself, is actually add correspondences. So each planet has specific herbs, stones, colors, and oils associated with them, and also animals and things like that. For example, rose quartz is linked to Venus for love, while tiger's eye aligns with Mars for courage, for instance. So, add those correspondences to your journal, and then when you need some extra focus, you can bring those correspondences into your Magick. And as I said, timing. You can also work with the planetary hours, specific times during the day when the planet's influence is strongest. So, if you are working with one particular, like on a Sunday, you want to work with the sun on Sunday. So that's when the sun is its most potent, but it's even stronger during its actual planetary hour on Sunday. And the first hour of the day after sunrise is considered to be the first hour of that particular planet on that particular day. So the first hour on a Sunday is assigned to Sun. First hour on a Tuesday is assigned to Mars, etc., etc. But then that's when it's at its strongest. So if you really, really want to kind of layer things on, you work with the planet on its day, and you also work with the planet during its hour on that day. And you're really aligning with the energies itself. So each day becomes an opportunity to harmonize your personal energy with the natural rhythms of the universe, bringing greater focus, bringing strength, and also clarity into your life. So take a deep breath, set your intentions, and let the planets guide you toward a more magical existence. And that brings us to the end of today's video anyway. I hope that made some sense, helped, and gave you some guidance in the respect to actually working with the planets. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one for now. Cheers. Bye-bye.